Hello, I'm the Toycat, and welcome back to another feature preview. Feature previews are a weekly series I run on my channel where I show you features that are going to be included in the next big update for Minecraft Xbox and Minecraft PlayStation. I can do this by showing you gameplay of the PC equivalent of that update, which we now know is going to be 1.8, and therefore you can see what the feature looks like, know what it does, and generally be prepared to implement it into your Minecraft world when it does come out for the consoles. So with that said, one of the big things people know about the next big update is all the new biomes it's going to be bringing. That's one of the most exciting parts of it, and it is really cool, and people know a lot about each of those biomes. But one of the things people don't know so much about is all of the new food types. This next update brings in more than 10 new types of food, including the new best and the new worst type of food. And so you don't get those two mixed up and end up poisoning yourself during a PvP fight, I think they'd walk you through each new type of food, how you get it, and when you should use it and what it does and stuff. So please do like the video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel a lot, and let us know you do want to see more feature previews just like this one on the channel. But let's get straight into it, shall we? So let's start with the biggest category of new foods, which all come from the new fishing system, which is also going to be in this update, which basically makes fishing a lot more interesting, because before the update you get raw fish every single time, and there's only so many times you can see this before you're like, oh, I'm bored of wasting my time waiting for imaginary fish. However, this next update does make it a lot more exciting, because as well as just getting fish, you can get 3 other types of fish, by the way, which I'll talk about in a second. As well as getting fish, you can also get junk, which is not always that junky. Like, you can get leather boots, you can get empty potion bottles, stuff that's usually not that useful but might come in useful. But you can also get treasure, and this treasure is amazing stuff like name tags, enchanted books, like enchanted bows. You can get all this sort of stuff just by fishing, and that's what makes the new fishing system so cool. However, I've covered that in its own feature preview. If you want to check that out, you can. But today we'll be covering, exactly what the different fish do and when you should eat them, because, the 4 fish all kind of seem like they're pretty cool. You might be like, ooh, a puff fish, that looks the tastiest because it's so big, but that is not the case at all, because even though, the rarity goes raw fish, raw salmon, clownfish, pufferfish, the way you should eat them kind of goes the opposite way, because the pufferfish is the new worst food in the game. This is worse than a spiderite by a significant amount too, and you should only eat this ever if you need half a bit of hunger, like weirdly, because this only heals half a hunger bar, and you have a milk bucket on you, because as soon as you eat this, you'll see it gives you 3 effects at once. It gives you poison, the max level, it gives you nausea, so you can see my screen shaking, and it also gives you, hunger, like when you eat raw flesh. So yeah, as you can see, that was just terrible for me. I didn't gain anything, and I really can't see a situation where you'd want to be eating them, but just bear in mind, if you're gonna ever eat them, you need a milk bucket to even consider it. So second of all, we have the clownfish. So the clownfish is kind of like the pufffish in terms of how useless it is, but with less downsides. So the clownfish just gives you a half little hunger bar on your thing, and it does nothing. It gives you next to no saturation, so very soon that half hunger bar will go away. And again, it's only useful if you need to heal up and you're very, very close to that level. Otherwise, just don't even bother with clownfish. The other 2 types of fish are a lot more useful, however. The raw fish and the raw salmon, they are exactly the same. So the raw salmon is exactly the same as the raw fish is now. Not really that worth eating, but not really too bad either. Like, you'll restore, a full little hunger bar, and for the most part, go cook these 2 things, because that's how you get better things out of them. Also, it's worth saying, but all 3 of these things can be, the clownfish, the raw salmon, and the raw fish can all be cooked together. Can be all, given to ocelots. So if you have, all 3 types of fish, give the clownfish the ocelots first, because it cannot be cooked like these other ones. So before we cook these 2 things in a furnace, or I guess we could cook those now while we move on to the next ones, there are some other raw types of meat I'd like to cover. So let's put the raw salmon in there, and let's go over to the let's go over to the rabbits and to the sheep here, so you can see the new types of food, because when you kill a sheep, you will now, as of the next update, get yourself some raw mutton. So raw mutton is, the sheep's equivalent of its, pork chops or its raw beef, and basically this food is very, very average when raw. It gives you a hunger bar, like, the other ones, and when you cook it up, it will give you a full 3, hunger bars, and it's basically the equivalent of, a chicken. So, killing, sheep is now slightly better than killing chickens, depending on whether you want feathers or depending on whether you want that. So let's quickly just go kill ourselves a sheep over here, and let's kill ourselves a rabbit, because another new type of food comes with the rabbit, because if you kill rabbit, you will get, as well as potential rabbit liver and potential rabbit feet, you can also get yourself some raw rabbit, which we didn't get for 2 rabbits in a row now, which is pretty unlikely. So there we go. Wow, we still only got rabbit hide. So yeah, you can actually win. Oh wow, jumpy rabbit right there. But yeah, so basically, when you kill a rabbit, you have a chance of getting yourself some raw rabbit, which we are just missing all the odds of, or maybe we have a stack in our inventory or something. No, just no raw rabbit today. But yeah, so basically raw rabbit. I'm sorry for all the. There we go. So yeah, that was more rabbits than I'd ever like to murder. But basically, raw rabbit and mutton are basically the same. You shouldn't really be eating either of these. You should be cooking them up, and it's very, very advisable that you do so. So yeah, let's take the cooked salmon out. and let's put the raw rabbit in there, because the raw rabbit is actually going to be the worst of the cooked foods here, because, you know, when it's raw, it's the same as all the other ones. When you cook it up, it only does 2.5 hunger bars full, which it's the equivalent of fish, and it's pretty good, but it's not really that worth considering. So let's just eat one, just to show you that that is there. So let's go eat the cooked rabbit. As you can see, it brings us up 2.5 bars. Not bad, worth cooking up if you have it, but it's not worth, you know, murdering. It's not worth, you know, the blood of rabbits on your hands just to get raw rabbit. Rabbit is not the best food by itself. Instead, cooked rabbit should go in a food I'll talk about later. But first of all, let's cover what also we're going to be talking about, which is going to be the raw mutton. So raw mutton, like I said, it's very, very similar to cooked chicken. It just restores free hearts, and again, it's like you don't kill those things for food. You kill you know, pigs, or you kill cows for food. You kill the you know, you kill the sheep because you want the wool, and maybe you get some meat in return too. Or if you're just really desperate and that's all you have, that's something you can also do. And then next up, we've also got the cooked salmon here. So the cooked salmon is better than the cooked fish, because cooked fish is 2.5 like the cooked rabbit, but instead the cooked salmon is a full 3 you know, little hunger bars, which is very, very nice. So you can't see that because it's full, but that's that right there. So moving on from that, that's all the cooked food I think I've gone through. Let's go on to the very best food in the game. So I mentioned this in the rabbit video because it is it's a really amazing reason to get yourself some rabbit, because basically rabbit by itself, or even cooked rabbit, isn't that great. But if you put cooked rabbit in a recipe like so you need a cooked rabbit, you need baked potato, you need a carrot, you need a mushroom, either mushroom works, and you need a bowl, you can make yourself some rabbit stew. So why would you want to make yourself some rabbit stew, you might be wondering, like, you know, what's so useful about this? So basically, rabbit stew is so useful because of the fact that it will actually regenerate 5 full hunger bars. That's right, half your hunger bar. If you have 2 bits of rabbit stew, you can go from 0, starving, to maxed out hunger all the way instantly, and it's just the best food in the game because of this. However, it's worth saying, it's not the every time sort of food, because although this does restore the most hunger, and therefore it's the best for PvP and stuff like that, it is worth saying that if you want to have saturation, which is the second part of food, you want to go over golden carrot, which is still the best food. If you want to know what saturation is, basically when you get hungry, you know, saturation determines how long you go before you get hungry. So the awful foods like the pufferfish and the clownfish, like I mentioned earlier, they have really low saturation values, so if you eat them, you'll really, really soon after get hungry again and need to eat again. However, the rabbit stew and the golden carrot, which is the best one, will go a massive amount of time before you get hungry again. So basically what I'm saying here is, before you go into a battle, eat a golden carrot. When you're in the battle, maybe bring rabbit stew if you intend to lose all your hunger quickly, and maybe bring some golden carrots too. Basically, food is really complex, but the new best food is rabbit stew, and it's kind of tied with the golden carrot depending on when you want to use it, but it's still very much worth having, and it's still a very cool thing. So yeah, that is all the new food in the next update. Avoid pufferfish, go for any of the new cooked fish, and really try and make yourself some rabbit stew if you need to eat a lot. Yeah, that's really cool right there. So I hope you did all enjoy the video. Please do like it if you did like it, share if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if subscribed, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a nice day. And oh, just quickly, let me know what your favorite food that you saw in the video was in the comments down below. Yeah, have a nice day, and goodbye, everybody.